As a numerologist, because no matter what you think about that, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been basically trying to decode what people in positions of power have been trying to do for a long time. And just because someone doesn't understand something does not mean it's fallacy. The whole point of the matter is I can look at people's birthdays and tell to a certain degree what they're going to look like, what their personality is. And I'd like to do that with you right now, sir, if you're more than willing to put your birthday out there.
Go for it.
What's your birthday, my friend?
What do you need? My
I need your
month,
birthday.
date, year,
Yeah,
the
everything.
whole thing?
The whole thing, brother.
All right. August 31st, 1976.
August 31st, 1976?
Yes.
Okay. So is it safe to say that you were once a poor man and you've done substantially better in life?
Oh, man, yeah, that's true.
Okay. Because you are an 8 life path, my friend, just like Sneeko. And when it comes down to it, people who are 8s, just like Patrick Bet David, just like a whole bunch of others like Kanye West, they usually go up and down with their money in life. So that is one thing I can look at numbers and be like, okay, this is what this person's experience will be. Second, I'll look at you because you're born in on the 31st with 3 and 1 is 4. I can tell you're a very hardworking man. I can tell you're a very conservative man. I can tell that my friend over here that you outwork people. That's how the hell you made it in life. You work, and you don't stop. If I'm wrong, you can please tell me.
No, he's.
Oh, you got you. I do work hard, man. That's amazing.
I'm also gonna say that you have the aura of authority over people, and,
Oof,
and your
man,
word,
you are on
and
it.
your word means
I'm
everything
honestly
to
shocked.
you. Your word means everything to you. If you actually say you're gonna do something, you're gonna go out there and do it because that's what you are. You're born in the year of the dragon, and dragons are the most honorable people in the world. They will die before they will not fulfill a promise. So little things like that I can tell by people's birthdays. I can also tell you that a good majority of religious leaders tend to be 8s because people who are 8s are the ones with power. Power isn't always about money. Power is always sometimes about the crowd, the masses. When it came down to revolutions like the French Revolution, it was the religious people that started certain things. So the powers have always been with the priests, the imams, and those are the things that I've noticed through history. I will also say one other thing. Do you believe in karma, sir?
Define karma.
You do bad things will come onto you.
I believe in God's judgment. Yeah.
Do you believe that God, if you do bad things, that God will punish you?
Yes.
So
but not like the Hindu concept.
I understand. But as an 8 life path, you have to also understand that karma adds up to 8. So remember we talked about language and certain things. K equals the 11th letter. A is 1. R is the 18th. So basically adds up to 26. 2 and 6 is 8. What goes around comes around. Karma.
8, huh?
Exactly.
Sheikh Uthman, can I interrupt? I just want to see, did any of this surprise you, or does it sound like the normal astrology mumbo jumbo?
I'm in shock right now because that describes me to a T. That's amazing.
Was that any different than when girls read their astrology charts, or are you being facetious? Or is that...
No. You got that from the numbers, right?
Correct. That's not some of it was astrology, but 95% was numerology.
You know what's funny, Sneeko?
What's funny?
I wasn't born on 3rd of August, 1976.
That's very good. But you're the one who agreed to all that stuff. You're the one who agreed to all that stuff.
You see this? You see this? I actually was born in another month in another year, which I'm like, I'm going to speak now. Nico, it's my turn. My turn now. My turn. Did I listen? Did I listen or did I not listen?
You gave false information.
Wait, I want to hear Sheikh Uthman. Can I hear your response now for about a minute?
That's a lie, man.
It's not a lie, actually, because when I was born in Pakistan, they miswrote my birth date. That was the actual birth date they wrote, but it was wrong. My actual birth date is not that. And everything you said, you just kind of guessed off my personality and what you wrote about me online. Let me finish. because it did match, except that wasn't. You did not get that information from that birth date because that wasn't my birth. I was testing you, and you showed that this is all a facade.
I did not know
it's
he
a
was
game.
lying. I did not
know. You figured out a facade. You figured out, okay, this guy came. Maybe you watched a video about my background, and you said, let me take the numbers and make a mix to present what you thought about me, even though it turns out that wasn't based on the numbers, because those weren't the numbers. Once again, that was actually my birth date written down at time in my passports. It's not a lie. Secondly, it exposed you. At times, you have to expose people for the frauds. Look, David Blaine and all these street magicians do the same kind of stuff. They do all these little tricks. Look, I've seen this for years. You're playing off people. You're looking at people. You're trying to figure out people. You're trying to say things that look. Let me finish.
Put money on it.
This is. If you knew anything about Islam,
you agree to put money on it?
Hold on. Gary,
let him put money on it. Yes or no?
Two things. One, I want to give like fair time without interruptions, and then also gambling is haram, so we can't bet.
So that's the thing. If you had done some homework, you would have known gambling's haram. I'm not going to put money on it, right? Secondly, these kind of tricks are cheap parlor tricks. These things have been going on for centuries. I've been to other countries. I've had Hindus come up to me. I've had Muslims come up to me. Palm readers come up to me. I don't believe in any of that stuff. Look, let me explain something. When you talk about the Quran, at least you got that part right, that the Quran has never been changed. Alhamdulillah, that's true. And let me tell you something. You, me, Sneeko, everybody's on a journey. Trying to get famous off of little tricks and stuff is not going to help you, right? If you're watching, you need to know there's more to life than this kind of stuff. You have to recognize who created you. Why were you created? If you agree that the Quran has never been changed, have you read it? Go to the Quran. What does Allah say about why were you here? Where did you come from? We as Muslims know that we have a creator who created us. Not to try to, pull little tricks by blindfolding and putting money in things. No. Recognize what's the greater purpose you have. Do you worship your Lord the way he has ordained upon you, the way Jesus and Abraham and Moses and Muhammad worship putting their head on the ground? Do you worship that 5 times a day? Are you living that lifestyle, staying away from alcohol and pork and drugs to keep you clean, to be the best person you can? That is what's more important here. It's what's the purpose of life. You understand? When you made all that up about the 8 and the 1 and the 8s, and it showed that it was all made up because that wasn't the dates, and you got it to my personality, but it wasn't based on the numbers. It shows that you're faking it, right? I'm not putting money on it. I'm not putting little parlor tricks. What I'm saying to you is, why don't you forget all this stuff? Go first and foremost, put your head down to your creator and pray to your Lord and say, oh, the one who created me, guide me.
Submit
Put
like
me
a
on the
woman.
purpose of my life.
Gary,
submit to your creator.
عشيرتي جميعكم حتى ابنتي لا أغني عنكم فاعبدوا إلهكم ووحدوا.
إذا أعجبك الفيديو لا تنسى الإعجاب والتعليق، ولكي يصلك كل جديد اشترك الآن.